Hi guys, hello, good morning. So I haven't done a video for about a week because I really had to just stop all that and just be with myself because a few triggers happened and well, nothing is ever what it appears to be in this realm, and I'm sure I'm not alone at all in this, that I feel as if everything is now hitting that, that point of no return. Now, we don't want to return anyway, let's face it, people. But it's trigger after trigger after trigger. I mean, one thing I've noticed very much is, I call this baiting, is what I call it, and it is baiting. Now, for as long as I've done this channel, pretty much, I've spoken about the two types of consciousness that exist. You have hell consciousness, left brain, psychopathic, trauma-based, hate, self-hate, rage, dysfunction, distortion, inversion, you name it, hell consciousness. And the other side, true self-consciousness, which is very powerful, very infinitely creative. It knows all, it sees all, it is all. It can take any darkness, any negativity, and alchemize it and utilize it. And it's something that is very mysterious and something that we have not really known much of. But in the awakening process, you become very aware of it. Often enough, it's peripheral. But when you get all the synchronicity, that is high, true self-consciousness. When you realize that the awakening is first and foremost about a shift from this hell consciousness into this true self, into light consciousness. Because it's only this light consciousness or this true self-consciousness that can bring about this reset that, that many of us want. It is a war. It is an energetic type of war. This light reset, the true consciousness it simply is. It's the I am. It is. It doesn't have to fight, right? But the hell consciousness has to fight for its survival, and it's doing that very much now. So all over the internet, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, now there are all these videos of police officers, especially in Australia, but also here in Britain, choking people, beating people up, killing people. And as with Black Lives Matter, this isn't actually real, people. Now, there are again, so when we look at, say, mundane reality, right, within mundane reality, nothing is what it appears to be. And those coppers are actors, and those people are actors, and it isn't really happening. And why it's happening? It's because it wants a response, it wants a reaction. It wants a reaction of pure vitriol. Because that is the fuel that the dark side uses to power itself up. Be aware of that, people, and don't fall for this stuff. It's very difficult, I know. It immediately causes a cascade of negative reactions, of hatred, of vengefulness, lots of other emotions that probably don't even have names, but it wants that. Everything that is happening on the stage that is mundane reality now is literally happening to that end. It wants hell consciousness. It wants that hate and that rage and that vengeance and all of that, and oh man. But at the same time, you see, all of those emotions and all of those energetic it's in there, people. It's in there. You see, we've lived in this realm. We have been subjected to grotesque abuse of all kinds. There's no doubt about that. You know, and so we already have that within us. So it is being triggered now. You see, and it's what we do with it that matters. Feel it. Acknowledge it. Know that you do not have to allow the dark side to funnel it, to take that, oh, copper has attacked this pregnant woman, has throttled her to death. No. See, now that is allowing the dark side to trigger it, first trigger it up, and then use it for its own nefarious purposes. Do not engage with that, people. Yes, it gets triggered. That is good for healing purposes. Be with it, acknowledge it, and understand that it's there because of the trauma, because of what was done to us in this realm. So it is par for the course, all right? It is there for a reason. It needs to be acknowledged and it needs to be allowed to heal, and that, by the by, is happening. But do not allow the dark side to use that, to funnel that, and use it to feed itself. Do not feed the dark side with it, people. That would be my advice, and that is what I'm practicing, and it's very, very hard, because emotions like that, hatred, rage, vengeance, and then comes the projection, doesn't it? All of a sudden it's all external, instead of going in to the root cause of it, which lies within us. We externalize it. Next thing you know, you're falling out with people, you end up getting the wrong end of the stick, you are being triggered and you're projecting it outward, and everything goes horrendously wrong. And this is exactly what we want to avoid. It's very difficult, I know. This realm is not at all real. It isn't real, and I mean this not as in, oh, it's real, but it just isn't what it appears to be. No, I mean it's not real, people. Just like when you're sat on the sofa watching Donald Duck. Donald Duck is not real. It's a cartoon character. It's not real. This is an energetic, frequency-based type of reality that is created by consciousness. And this is a war for our consciousness. This is a war because hell, consciousness, has been in the driver's seat for a very, very long time, and has been creating this absolute insanity, inverted, satanic filth that the non-real people, the Hylics, are going along with. That we are busy reacting to and hating and ooh and ah and ooh. It's conflict, hate, rage, vengeance, violence. Oh yes, it's appalling. Yesterday I was just driving, we had to go somewhere, and it's like the people are not even making any sense. Some guy put the brakes on right in the middle of the road, just boom, and started reversing. If there were people, there was us behind him and some other people, it was a crossroad, and he just decides to slam the brake on and start reversing. Then starts shouting at his window, out of his, it didn't even make any sense at all. And that is just it. Nothing is making any sense, because cohesion is lost, everything is disintegrating and it's falling apart, and the matrix, as it were, is showing itself for what it truly is, and has been and was all along anyway. It's not. It's the hardest thing we're doing here, people. We are, and to choose continually to go back here in your heart, despite the triggers, right? And to go back to the root and to understand that whatever is being triggered, whatever is happening, it's bringing up our own insanity, our own trauma. It's all trauma. It really, really is. And I don't have all the answers at all here, but I do feel that we can navigate this by choosing non-reactivity. But if we keep believing all these horror stories to be true, if we keep believing that this reality is all real, right, and that we have to change the external or fight it or exact vengeance or violence, then we're playing right into the hands of hell consciousness. We really are, people. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. People still believe something good will come out of that. Well, war after war after war after war will show you that's simply not the case. It's rubbish. It's not true. It's not just that either. It's like accusations of people being accused of things, or being told that you're not a good person, or where it's all kinds of shit going on. I mean, it is so complex and it's so multi-layered, and there's so many different types of attacks now happening, and it's all to that end. It has opened up, I call it the black diamonds. Diamonds are very, very hard stones, and within us, in my video The Black Hole, I talks about this trauma. The trauma that we've sustained here is so severe and it's so big that for those of us who truly are doing the work, going within, and have uncovered it layer after layer after layer, we already know what it is and what it feels like. We can recognize it now, and we know that is why the world and people, the whatever, the highly scholarly, you will, that's why they behave the way they behave. It's like, oh, food, consume, buy, keep buying stuff that you don't need, buy, watch, the latest season of American Horror Stories, or whatever, constant distraction from the black hole, from the trauma. And now we're feeling all of that, people. That is what's really being brought home to us, is the truth of this place, what has been done here, how everybody goes along with an inverted reality where evil is good, where dark is light. They obey the law, even if they can see very, very clearly that the law is pure evil. Well, it's the law, you've got to obey it. All of that. It's insane, and it's sick, and it's evil. Awakening is a journey of degrees, more and more, deeper and deeper, higher and higher. It is like that. And we're going to get it wrong, and we're going to make mistakes, and we're not perfect. And be aware, people, of any kind of relationship you might have with anyone. When people put you on a pedestal, and tell you things about, like, oh, you're just this incredible person, you're this, you're that, you're ooh, and you are, it isn't right. Any healthy relationship will be on a level playing field, where we understand that we're a bit fucked up. Yeah, no, we're very fucked up. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to get it wrong. And we're not perfect. And we ought not to be put on any kind of pedestal. And we ought not... these people that have such massive expectations of us, or parents, or siblings, family, that have sit there and look at you. There was this horrible experience a friend of mine had, where his sister is, well, very well off. They have made a lot of money. They and just stuff like, well, you're just all wrong. You have no money. You've never achieved anything in life. What is wrong with you? And it's like, well, actually, it's the other way around. She's forever sick. I mean, she's not in good health at all, and working all hours God sends. You get the picture. True soul travelers are people that will understand that we cannot be expecting of ourselves or anyone else to be perfect. to never get it wrong, to always be this glowing beacon of purity and perfection, which is utterly insane, and it's not. Yeah, but that triggers us, doesn't it? Everything is just, I mean, there's absolutely no way I can even begin to verbalize what's really going on here. I can't even begin. I wouldn't even know where to start. It's so big, so many different strains. Let's say like a rope, like a thick rope, and it's being frayed, and all the different strands of this rope, and they're all coming back together and showing us more and more and more the truth of what this place is and what it has done. The problem that we see on the external is a reflection of what's happening within us, people. Of that I am convinced. And all this baiting, triggering, is acutely painful, acutely insane making, and it's very, very hard to navigate, very difficult, because there is an underlying sense when the shadow, the vertigo, the inner trauma is being triggered. That part of us, without a doubt, believes that evil's won. It doesn't see the light. There is no balance, there is no harmony, there is no love, there's no creativity, there's only hatred, there's only rage, there's only vengeance. It wants to project external, it doesn't want to own its own crap, it doesn't want to go within and say, okay, right, what is the truth of this situation, what has really happened here, how am I feeling, why am I feeling this way? It doesn't want to do that. It just wants to react in hate and in rage and in vengeance, and it's very destructive, volatile, violent, aggressive. It's destructive. And so to make the choice to not feed that beast, but to allow it to be, to understand that the reason we feel that way is because we've been severely traumatized. Okay, that is very difficult, but it's what we must do. But we can do whatever we like. We can give vent to it. We can go on a rampage. We can destroy other people or whatever. You know, we can do that. We can allow it to run our show. But no good will come of it, people. Because that is what is happening now. And all those who are not in awareness on the external now are behaving exactly like that. There's been fights, knifings, just loads of arguments everywhere, and the neighbours had a massive bus-stop. I could hear them screaming at each other, and everything is high crank. You can cut it with a knife. And we're all in acute pain because all of that, the last remnants now of it, I feel, hence I call it a black diamond. As you know, diamonds, supposedly in this fake reality that isn't real, are formed through pressure over many, many, many years, and are very, very hard. So the black diamond has been split open, and the densest trauma is now coming up. It's being triggered. That is what this is, people. It's the best way I can put it. And then I saw an image of that black diamond slowly becoming blue, like an electric blue. So that's what we're aiming for here. You see, this is about healing. This is about transformation and transcending. I know it is, but oh, fuck, it's... Whoa. More and more now, and this is another thing, whatever truth will come up here will be obscured on that side, because there's the cognitive dissonance, there is the no, all the programming is here, right? Of this is all real and we need to fight the powers that be and all that, you know. No, we don't, and it isn't, it's not real at all. It really is an illusion. It isn't real at all. Just like when you're opening a book and you're reading a story, is that real? No, it isn't. It's not. But of course there is a story, there is a narrative, and in the narrative that we are experiencing there is a massive shift going on. But it's really hard going now, people. It really is, and it's been a fucking horror of a week for me as well. I mean, through it all I have felt every imaginable, well, range of emotions on the negative side, and I've just had to choose non-reactivity and to choose to be with it and to accept that part of myself, because I know why it is that way. I know that, I understand that. And so to bring, it's soul retrieval, that's what this is. And the more we bring ourselves home, the more whole we become, the more powerful we become, the more we will be able to see and hear and understand. And we will get through this, and the revelations will come as well. There will be understanding, knowing of what is really what. See, the true consciousness doesn't fight. It has no need to. It is the infinite consciousness, you see. It's only the dark side that fights. It literally attacks and it fights and it bites and it hates and it rages and it wants vengeance and it wants to destroy. And people that are not conscious are driven by that. People who are conscious are able to see that and to choose, okay, you know, but none of us are perfect, and we do fall into it, we do project, we do get it wrong, and so it's about forgiveness of self. Well, it's not really forgiveness because we haven't really done anything wrong, but it's about understanding the mechanisms of it all, and to keep coming back to ourselves, to keep coming back to our heart, and to not give up. And it is hard. We are going to lose people. Some people and some situations and some places and some experiences are going to fall away. Already, if you really stop and really feel the current level of reality, the current level of Maya, you will see that, wow, yeah, I don't enjoy watching anything anymore on Netflix or Amazon or whatever, and in fact it's all toxic sludge, and we're just being subliminally programmed. All the food now tastes of nothing. It's no more flavor. Fashion is putrid and disgusting, and our experience is very, very finite, more so now than ever before. We really see and experience the limitation of it all. And it's not that food used to taste so much better. I think it's us that's changed. We now see it for what it really is, you see. The shells have fallen off our eyes, and we now see it for what it really is. Other people still think it's wonderful. It's not at all. There's these people that still think that as long as Trump is elected, then they'll be free. Q will help us and set us all free. And it's like, no, you don't understand. Try get through life without money. Ain't gonna happen. This entire world is a system, and that system, which is based on money and governments and roads and maps and walls and do not enter sign or private keep out signs. You know very well this is all about hijack, imposed limitation. They've taken all the resources, the food, the soil, the air, the water. They've taken everything. There is no ownership. Ownership is a lie that they have perpetrated upon us all. Oh yeah, this is mine. And if you want it, you're going to have to do something 40 hours a week that you hate to do for this thing called money that I have created. You give me that money and I will give you a tiny bit of that which I have stolen from you. That is really what that is all about, people. And that's just in mundane reality. All of it. You start to think about how they have deprived us of literally everything. They have deprived us of safety. They've deprived us of health. Big Pharma makes us very sick. All those pills that people take and that they pee out go into the water table. Think about that. They've deprived us of mental health. They've deprived us of physical health. They've deprived us of the ability to maintain healthy friendships or to maintain healthy relationships with anyone. They've deprived us from clean, healthy, good food. They've deprived us of space. They've deprived us of wholesomeness, of belonging, of communion, of creativity. They've taken every fucking thing away from us. Everything. And then they've foisted this fake ass, inverted, satanic reality onto us, saying this is reality and this is how it works and it's amazing. You know, Coca-Cola. I want to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Yeah. I want to poison you. I want to rot your innards, and that is love. You know. But of course, I firmly feel, and I have felt this for quite a while now, that our consciousness is the progenitor of all reality, of this experience. And our consciousness, it's interesting, you see, because I get a lot of synchronicity, and the synchronicity has been getting really strange of late, just weird. And I was there in a very dark moment thinking we're in hell, we're all in hell and we're never going to get out of here. And then there was something on the screen that I was not watching, but it had subtitles because I think it was a Spanish film, and the subtitles came up and it said hell is a contagion. And so I know that's it. Hell is a contagion. Our consciousness is contaminated. If you want to know what is it contaminated by, then what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What is it telling you to do? How is it telling you to act, to behave? Right? And what does that create? If you were to go with all of that and act that way and do that, and vengeance, hate, rage, destruction, I want to kill you, I'm going to fucking torture you, you motherfucker, all of this. It's your fault, you did this to me, I don't trust you. Right, trust issues, another one, massive, wow. Yeah, we've all been betrayed and abused and gaslit over and over again, but sooner or later, you know, come on, people. It's hurtful, you know. Even the best of us, we hurt ourselves, we hurt each other, we get it wrong. It's a soup we're in. But yeah, hell is a contagion. It's a contagion. And that contagion is being targeted now, it's being neutralized, it's being healed, and it's fighting. That is why, when you look at where you were at in terms of consciousness, even 3 months ago, you'll see the change. And it is a good thing. It doesn't feel that way, but it is. But it's tough. It's very tough. And there's all the mimics, all these people that you know that you get on Facebook or in your, in that Facebook group that you like so much or whatever. And they're mimics, they're not real, they're NPCs, because it's all about, they just love posting fucking selfies. of themselves. It's one selfie after another selfie, and it's like, oh, Christmas is here soon, and ooh, and it's like, okay, you're not real. Oh, it's like, it wants us to think this realm, reality, this experience, it really wants to glue us into it, glue us in. It's real. You're really here. This is real. Look here. Yeah, that sounded solid. You know, it isn't real, people. It is not real at all. It's all an illusion. I liken it to us lying in some pod, somewhere in stasis. And we are not here at all. The contagion, the hell contagion, is slowly but surely being neutralized. And it was always going to put up a massive fight. And it was never going to be easy. But I can feel in my heart of hearts that we can do this. And that ultimately, failure was never an option. We will be victorious. I keep feeling that strongly. There are days where last week has been so dark, and I've been so depressed, and I've felt acutely, suicidal and all of it, but I've been able to stand, because I've been able to just hold myself, be with myself and support myself, and this showed me something. I was shown something very, very clearly, and it said to me, ultimately the be all and end all of it is you coming home to yourself. We have lived in this realm where we were taught that there is nothing for us here, right, within us. We're weak, we're worthless, we're bad, we're sinful, we're guilty, we're shit, we can't trust ourselves, there is nothing, for validation and for advice and for knowing what to do and what to believe, and we need to focus external. Well, that's a complete lie. And I think maybe that's sometimes why people leave our lives and why we lose things that we care about, that we love, that is even hobbies and things. We make so many sacrifices, man. Wow. Because it is like, okay, I'm taking away this distraction and we're taking away that distraction. And now you're all alone. And that hurts like hell. Why does it hurt so much? What is loneliness really trying to teach us here? Gotta wonder, right? If you are not whole within yourself, if you cannot be with yourself 100% and accept yourself 100% and trust yourself to know that my heart tells me this, and it turns out actually that was true. My heart tells me that, for example, this person seems really nice and really wonderful, but my heart tells me this is all wrong. Turns out it's true, often enough, because, you decide to go with the left brain telling you this person is wonderful, you get involved, and it turns out they're not. I remember ages ago, it was a long time ago, and I had a job interview, and it was for this job that I really coveted. And it was like the left brain was going, yeah, this job is wonderful and this is going to be really amazing, you're going to love it. Well, I got the job, it was horrendous, absolutely appalling. Nothing was what it appeared to be at all, and I was there not for very long and I left. I had to, it was appalling. So that is it. It showed me that, I can trust myself, because my heart told me we can really trust ourselves. We are meant to come home to ourselves, and those are just words. The essence of that truth, I cannot verbalize, I cannot put into words. It has to be experienced, but we are not to be dependent on the external. We are not to be dependent on other people. Oh, but you are so amazing, and oh, you are really good, and it is, and it's no, none of that. We have to give that to ourselves now, people. We have to be there for ourselves 100%. It's only when we are powerfully at home with ourselves that we can keep doing this. We're not to be powerless, weakened, doormats anymore, thinking we have to be good and we have to be kind and we have to listen to other people because they know better than us, and all of that has to be addressed as well. All of that programming with regards to that. You have to be kind, you have to be compassionate, you have to be nice, and you have to let people just take the piss out of you because it's not really their fault, they're wounded. Yeah, well, I'm wounded, you're wounded, we're all wounded, but we ain't all behaving that way, are we? No. So it's all really coming up, all these layers of how we've been had, how we've been inverted, you see, inverted reality. The wounded healer. You've got all these arrows stuck in your own back and you're out there plucking them out of other people's backs and you don't even get a thank you, yeah? Or, I cannot trust I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. Oh, I better ask the doctor, I better ask the lawyer, I better ask the scientist, I better ask the minister of the church, I better ask so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, because they all know better than me. No, they don't. I know what's best. My heart will tell me what to do. This is a new concept for a lot of people. That is how divorced of self we have been traumatized to be. It's appalling. Wow. And that is why I know this is all about healing, because I can see what's going on. And it's peripheral, and there is more going on that is of a incredible and mystical and mysterious and magical nature, but that is there. You know, when you get these moments where something is about to be revealed and it's right there, and you want to grab it, you want to hold on to it, but it sort of, it shows itself to you and then it backs off again, and then you go into another dark night of the soul episode, which could go on for weeks or months, and you just don't know, and you've lost it, and instead you're really in the dark, and you've got major cognitive dissonance telling you that you are a worthless piece of shit, and so is everybody else, and you can't trust anybody ever, and everything is shit, and you can't trust yourself, and evil's won, and all the assorted nuances and insanities, and ooh, and you should go out now and be horrible to other people because that is the way to make this world better, you know. Yeah. Wow. Well, I don't know, people, but I know this. Truly, 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 this is about healing. This is about coming home to ourselves, self-determinism, self-actualization, and the understanding that everything we've been told is right and real is not right and is not real at all. There is no death, there is no old age, there is no disease, there is no money, there is no having to work for a living, and all resources have been stolen, and none of it is real, because with faulty consciousness you create a faulty inverted reality, and if that consciousness is being healed, then this darkness, this hell contagion is not just going to die. I don't know why, but it fights back, providing us with exactly this type of experience, which I believe we came here to have ultimately. I know, you think, I would never choose to have this experience, it's so horrific. Well, I beg to differ, but that's just me, that's just the way I feel about it, you know. It is all meaningful, it is the great work, and it is ultimately a work of love, and love always wins in the end. That is what I feel. So that's my little bit for the weekend. All my love to all of you.